Report. Let's get ready to rumble for comics and graphic novels! All right. Oh, yeah. We only have 15 minutes. Let's see, we're losing off, guys. We gotta get right to it. First up, we've got Mr. Nowruzian talking about Saga, and Lydia talking about Sandman. Let's go.
All right. Well, sit down, guys. This is a big one. Saga by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples is an amazing epic saga. Very similar to Game of Thrones, actually, in some elements. Hey, there's a character that you love, and oh man, you think they're the main character, and all of a sudden, dead. Oh my gosh, what just happened? They're just shot out of nowhere. And then, hey, it's got elements of forbidden romance, like Romeo and Juliet. As a matter of fact, it's kind of like it takes a lot of inspiration from like Star Wars in particular, Lord of the Rings, and Romeo and Juliet. Sounds weird. Mix that all together, you get Saga. So, it starts, and I hope I'm not spoiling, but it's kind of like the first few pages, starts with the birth of a forbidden child. Two races combining. Sounds a little similar to some things in America. Or its past, so to speak. And what this series goes through is their journey through the universe, different cultures, countries, planets, everything alike, in basically surviving through this forbidden romance of two people that shouldn't ever be allowed to live together, let alone have a child together. And I'll leave it at that. Go ahead.
Sandman is a little more, how shall I say this, cerebral, I think. It is one of the first pre-planned, or the first pre-planned, self-contained long-form story. It's more than 50 issues. However, in spite of that long story arc, there are also some standalone stories in it. There's incredible diversity. I don't want to say protagonist because it's a lot more gray than that, but the main character is the personified concept of dream. And he is one of 6 siblings called the Endless. And if I had to summarize this, which is difficult to do, I would use the words of Neil Gaiman himself, the author, who said, "The Lord of Dreams learns that one must change or die and makes his decision." But it's also about, even though the main characters are grandiose, they're bigger than gods. Their own destiny, death, despair, delirium, destruction. These characters are grandiose and meta, but they also change, and they are a dysfunctional family. These concepts are personified, and they're trying to get along with one another and grow and change over time. But the series is also so meta because it's not just anthropomorphs that you're following. You're also following plants and different species, and you're also following planets, and it goes beyond space and time while also referencing tons of literature. Interdisciplinary, you might say.
Sandman's a very long-running series. It's amazing, as you said. How many awards did it win?
Lots, actually.
Well, Saga, in just 7 years, has won over 30 different awards. From Eisner Awards, Harvey Awards, various different ones. Also, it's very much celebrated in the fact that it portrays different portrayals of ethnicity, sexuality, gender social roles, racism. It tackles really real subjects in modern day. What does Sandman tackle?
It also tackles some pretty real subjects. There is a trans character who's important in one of the story arcs. It also touches on themes of abuse, and it does touch on themes of subjugation and the power of dreams to shape reality, but both dreams for the negative, as in delusion and obsession, but also the way that dreams make our realities better to overcome some of these issues that you have addressed, Bijan.
That's nice. Well, one thing I would say is that while yours tackles certain elements in, chapters, portions, and everything, it's very central points of Saga. It's always a central theme of really much what it's like to be a person of color in a world where you're ostracized for what you are, in terms of your race, ethnicity, whatever. And it's always an element of there's always danger across any spectrum, because you just don't know if your neighbor who's smiling at you dislikes you simply because you're different from them, and they can, call the authorities and have you assassinated. It is constantly, these characters are on a run for their life and trying to save their own child. It portrays real elements. As Bill, you were saying, man, what's it like to, for your children, you're going to do anything. That's what these characters are like, the main characters. And it's a constant portrayal of them. Is it wrap it up time?
It is wrap it up time. So if you guys want to sum it all up, why is yours the best?
I would say mine's the best because it's a gateway to many other forms of literature, mythologies, including Norse, Greek, Egyptian, Japanese. It also draws on Shakespeare, Milton, Robespierre, of all people. The 1001 Nights, it draws on folklore, but it also draws on literature, both contemporary and ancient. And it's remained popular for decades.
Well, Saga, first off, since we're talking about graphic novels, is illustrated by one of the greatest illustrators of our time right now, Fiona Staples. And not only that, but it is written in such a way where you really get to know the characters. Yeah, Sandman's inspired a lot of things, but guess what? Saga is more modern. It tackles on real elements that are like people are experiencing today. If you want to read something that really is inspiring, that touches you on a visceral level, you're going to read Saga.
Okay, well, thank you so much. So, as our format has been, if you want to vote for Sandman and Lydia, you're going to hold up the printed side of your card facing us. If you're both going to vote for Saga and Bijan, you're going to hold up the blank side of your card facing us. 1, 2, 3, lift your cards. I think that's the printed side. So